This next song is called Mysterious River, and the album's called Mysterious Ways, as in God moves in mysterious ways. And if you buy a copy and you get out the sleeve, you've got all the words in it, and underneath each track you've got a definition to the songs, to what it means, what it's written, all that kind of stuff. And this one was a very interesting act of God actually happened whilst we were recording this. In so much as that the words that I was singing, we laid down all the instrumental pieces, and it came to putting the lyrics down, and the words that I had on the screen before me were there, and I was singing along. The words that I actually ended up singing were different to what was on the paper, and I didn't. It was almost like I couldn't quite. They just fell out my mouth almost by accident, and we just kept on going, and it fitted. And I was laying in the bath that night, and I really felt God was saying those words I put into your mind, basically, into your mouth. I want those words in that song. And as I was thinking about what those words meant, God said that this song is about Mark. This song is about your friend Mark. Generally speaking, this song is about everybody and anybody who may experience something in this world that's quite painful, quite hard to come to terms with. God, why? I don't understand, why did that happen? The loss of a loved one, death of a child, whatever it might be. But specifically, for me, it was about my friend Mark. Now Mark, I've met him near my project. As I mentioned earlier, that's where I worked for a time. And Mark was a lovely chap. He became a Christian quite young on in his life, as a teenager, was on fire for God, witnessed miracles happening in different parts of the country that he was in at the time. And he unfortunately got involved with stuff and became a prodigal son, so to speak. He got involved with addiction, married somebody that he shouldn't have married, but honoured the marriage, stuck with it, just was in a mess basically. And in the midst of all that, he was heavily addicted to heroin. He came through the program, which is where I met him. We trained him for 12 months into discipleship, because the program that we used was the Bible. And he came on leaps and bounds. He moved back to Torquay in Devon, and was doing really well for a time, but then he relapsed and he used heroin again, and he overdosed and died. And he was on a life support machine first of all, and we went down there and we prayed and all sorts of stuff around that life support machine, and then it came to the point where we had to make the decision to turn it off basically, and we had to do that. And as we turned it off, and I don't know if you've ever seen that happen, but from a normal person just laying there, the blood's being pumped around by this machine, and as soon as you turn it off, they literally turn blue. The blood stops pumping, and the lips go blue, and it's just quite strange how it happens. And my friend was singing one of his favourite worship songs in Mark's ear as he passed, basically. And I was asked to say something at his funeral. Carried the coffin down to the middle of the funeral at the church, and I sat in my seat and I didn't have a clue what to say. And it got closer and closer, and I was called up, and I walked up to the front of the church, and I started to turn around, and I still didn't know what I was going to say. I was about to face these people, and I didn't know what I was going to say. And as I turned around, I saw this picture on the wall. It was one of these felt cloth pictures that you often see in churches of this man jumping out of a river with his arms like this in the air, and he was full of joy. And I instantly remembered an occasion that happened with Mark, and that's what I said, that's what I shared. And I believe God gave him that there and then. And basically what happened, we took the men away to Wales on an adventure week away, where we did horse riding, rock climbing, canoeing, all that kind of stuff. And we were on our way back from this horse riding day with a van full of thugs, ex-offenders, and lovely chaps really. And we stopped for a cigarette break at this river, and there was a swing going out over this river, and the men were messing around with the swing, daring each other to go out. And Mark took hold of this swing, and he pushed off, and he went out, and he's quite a big boy, was Mark. And as he went out on the far end, you could see his fingers going like this, and then he just went and disappeared under this water. And we were thinking, oh my goodness, he's not going to be happy when he comes up. You know, tobacco, phone, money, all that stuff in his pockets. And eventually he came up, and he came up with his hands like this, smiling and beaming, because he knew that we were going to be taking the mickey out of him, and he wouldn't live it down for the rest of his life, basically. And as I saw that picture, and as I turned around, I felt God say to me, he's with me now, and this is the mysterious thing. He's with me now, and the reason why I've taken him is because I'm not going to put him through that program again, that discipline again, that pain again, that journey through addiction again. I'm taking him. You know, and there's different theories, different thoughts on the subject of dying in addiction and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't quite know what to think. The prodigal son dying in the pig pit, so to speak. Because in the Bible, the prodigal son returns to the father. And I just naturally assumed that, if the prodigal son dies in that place there, then, where does he go? What does he do, kind of thing? But I really felt, and that's what I was struggling with personally, but I really felt that Mark was and is with our Father in heaven. This song is called Mysterious River, and it's about Mark, but it's very relative to similar situations, experiences that we may have had in life, that we don't quite understand this side of heaven. Mysterious river, oh how you flow, underneath my bridges, how your fears they go, and goodbye. Happy inside, just like sunshine in the pouring rain. Through the storms of life, you've helped me face the tides when they would have swept me far away. In you. the course that he set. Sail, search and get me when I've long fallen overboard.